Okay, I'm just going to orient you a little bit to R here, and then maybe show you at least one thing that's a little different the way I have mine set up. Well, first of all, you can see there are 4 windows uh, on R. Now, mine are in a little bit different order than you might see. You can change them to however you want. I'm going to show you how to do that first, actually, so if you want to follow along with me, you can be on the same layout I am. So if you'll just go up here to Tools and Global Options and Pane Layout. The default is these two on the left, the console and the source, to be reversed. I like to have my type my lines in the bottom screen. So if you'll just go right here and click down, it probably says console right now. Just change that to source, and that'll automatically switch the other window as well. And then just click OK. I guess I'll say also, if you wanted to do other things like change the way your code or it's the appearance thing, if you don't like if you want to have things type in a different or look a different way, you can change those. And I'm not going to do that. Okay, so anyway, now that we have the windows set up here, if you just had plain R, you can actually type in either one of these. If you type in the upper console, I guess I'll just go ahead and show you that. If I want to create a variable x equals, do it in the top window here, click in there, x equal c is combined, and then I can just put in some numbers separated by commas, and then I have that number, and then I can say something like take the mean of x, and then it'll just give it to me right there. Now the problem with that is I can't just save that code automatically. Now I can bring up old commands just by arrowing up and using the arrow keys, but I'll lose those commands if I ever want to come back and use them again. So I'm going to just clear this screen. Control L will do that for you. Just want to clean things up a little bit there. Now instead of what I did a second ago, I'm going to do X. I'll do Y here. Not Y. That's not a good letter for me. D is equal to C. And now I'm just going to make up another sequence of numbers just like I did before, except for I'm going to go back and put commas like I did before. Okay, so I have some numbers there, and now I can put mean x, or SD is for standard deviation. Sample size would be length. In other words, I can just put in a bunch of commands, and then I can either highlight all of them and just click run, or I can just do one line at a time and hit run. I'll do all of them here, and you'll see that it's still going to put the output in the numerical output in the console, but I have this, and I can save this and come back and use it again, or whatever I want to do. So anyway, you've got 2 windows there on the left, the console, which is just plain R without RStudio, basically. And then you have this source window where you can type and save code and reuse, and it's easier to edit from down here as well. Okay, so there's 2 other windows over here. You may have noticed that when I ran the D equals C, it put over here and said I have a variable D, and here's a little bit of information about that variable. So this window is important for that. The other thing, and you'll see when we bring in some data from a CSV file, that the name of the data set will come up over here, and that's important. It'll let you know that you have the data in. So that's 2 things in this window. Is one, it'll list the values and the data sets that you have available for use at this time in R. And also there's an import data set function up there. And actually I use that broom quite a bit. If you're doing several data sets, sometimes you just want to clear everything out, and that'll do that. The bottom right hand pane, the main thing you'll use it for will be for plots. So if I were going to, I'm going to come back over to here, and I'm going to put, doesn't make that much sense with this data set, but I'm going to make a box plot and do X and just run that, and you'll see that the plot then will come up over here. And so this is your plot window. The other a couple other things I'll show you on this window. If you have this plot, you just can't right click and copy it, but you can do export. And probably the thing you want to use the most is copy to clipboard, and then you can copy plot and then go paste that into a Word document or wherever you want to put things like you normally would. The other thing is there's a packages window here, and I just want you to know that it's there right now. And just the main I'll go ahead and tell you at least a little bit about that. That is that R has a lot of extra packages that will compute things, and we'll actually use some of those. You can come over here and install them from right here. Just so if there's a name of a package, I'm just going to type a letter here, and you can see a bunch of things come up, and you can install packages there. But for right now, the main thing is that's where the plots are at. So those are the 4 windows in R. We'll do most of our typing down here. Output will come, or plots will come over here. Numerical output in the upper right. I'm sorry, upper left, and in the upper right, we'll pay attention there mainly to see that we have our variables and especially data sets that we know that they're in the working memory of R.